We hope you're looking forward to today's qualifying in Hungary as much as we are. We think it's going to be a cracker. I've got a feeling that Lewis Hamilton might dominate this weekend, especially considering his incredible track record round here.
He really loves this track, doesn't he? He's a four-time winner here, so if he can get on the front row of the grid, I think he has a wonderful chance to make it 5.
Hey there guys, it's Tom and welcome back to a brand new video, and this is part number 10 of my F1 2015 career mode, and we're here at Hungary at the Hungaroring, and it's a track that I've never particularly liked that much. However, in this game it's not actually that bad. I don't mind it too much. It's got a quite nice flow to it, especially that middle sector, and it's not too bad of a track. And we're here in qualifying as usual, and we've got a minute and a half left, and we're going to set out qualifying lap now right towards the end of the session as we open up DRS down the start finish line, and hopefully this time we can have a bit of a better qualifying than Silverstone, because Silverstone was an absolute disaster. And here we are then, going to turn number 1, going down the second gear, hitting the apex nicely, and then going out nice and wide, opening up the DRS, taking nice speed through this second straight where the DRS is available, and you want to drop it down the third gear for turn number 3. Turn 2 doesn't really count, it's just a king, but it's completely flat. As now we go through turn 4, absolutely flat, again on the curve, they're using all the track available. As now we come up to turn number 5 where the first sector split is, flick it over the crest, blind corner, 5th gear, and drop it down to 3rd for turn number 6, and then quickly shift up to 4th, run out as wide as you can, use all the tarmac available, as then we slow it all down for turns 7 and 8, the chicane, which is a right left in 2nd gear, maybe we could use 3rd, and now we're going to go through turn number 9, 4th gear, maybe 3rd, and then turn number 10, which is one of the really nice corner on this track, which I really like. And then turn number 11, which is part of all this left right flowing section, as we go through turn 12 now, and a really nice flowing line through here, but we're actually miles down on Rosberg's time, surprisingly, even though it feels like a really good qualifying lap at the time, and it looks really clean. For some reason I was really slow for some reason, the Ferrari just didn't seem to be performing with qualifying fuel. As we get an awful moment there coming out of the corner, we lose the rear end, an absolute treat, but as we come through the final corner we're going to see how much that damaged our lap time as we come across the finish line, and we actually go 3rd, and we only go a 10th or so behind Rosberg, so that tank sapper was actually not that much time costly, and the final sector must have been really good because we gained a lot of time in that final sector, unless Rosberg had an absolute shocker of middle sector. But nevertheless, 3rd place for the race, and I'm definitely looking forward to it, so let's jump into it without any further ado.
It's been a mighty qualifying performance from Mercedes today, with both cars on the front row for the race tomorrow.
They've really worked hard this weekend, and it seems they've been able to set up the cars perfectly today. Whether this will translate into race pace tomorrow, well, we'll just have to wait and see.
Welcome to the Hungaroring here in Hungary, a track that opened back in 1986 and has witnessed some very memorable races. Let's hope we're here to see another classic today. Nico Rosberg will want his good fortune to continue on from yesterday's qualifying. He starts the race in P1 and has even said he's expecting to take the checkered flag first. You wouldn't want to bet against him doing just that.
There are a lot of variables that can cause a driver to be happy with the car one day to struggling with it the next. Track temperature, excessive tyre wear, or a change of fuel load can all affect the feel of a car. He'll definitely be hoping that when the race gets underway, he's got the same balance as he enjoyed in qualifying.
It's been a really disappointing season so far for Red Bull. They aren't getting the points that they believe the car is worthy of.
Red Bull have clearly suffered the most from the change of regulations. The car is still a good car, but they say the performance of their new hybrid power unit is letting them down. You can guarantee they're working hard with Renault to find a way to bridge the gap to the competition.
So here we are then for the Hungarian Grand Prix, and it is race day, and we're going to gear up to 5 red lights, and we are underway in that 5th light. Took ages to go out, and it's actually quite a decent start for a change, not too bad. We've got a little bit of wheel spin, but we've still got some decent speed. We are going to lose positions as per usual. We've actually been mugged off by 3 cars at turn 1 here. As now we're going to turn 1, and we've got a Lotus up our inside and also a Red Bull as there's contact, and we run wide, and we're going to rejoin the track here, and we're going all the way down to 7th place, and we get a legal overtake on Kvyat, and we've got to let him back through here, and there goes Massa, and there's been a crash, massive contact here, and everyone's gone off. There's been a massive crash here at turn number 3, and loads of cars tangled up in it, and we're right at the back, and we've lost our front wing. We've also come together with Massa, Kvyat, and Perez, so 4 cars there involved in the collision, and not start the race we wanted, and we've lost our front wing, but luckily enough we've got 35 laps still to try and recover from that, and here's the start. As you can see, we've got a replay. We get off okay, and we're being mugged off, as you can see on the left hand side, by our teammate Kvyat and Bottas, I believe. And we've got more cars coming down our inside, which is a Red Bull of Ricciardo and Maldonado, I believe. And we run out wide trying to take evasive action. And as we go down into turn 3, we have to run wide to let Bottas back through. But we're trying to go 4 abreast, and it's never going to work. And Massa seems to just make a harsh thing out of the situation then. He seems to just collide into me, because I know for a fact that I held my line straight, and I'm not to blame here. Now we're going to watch the incident back from Massa, and as you can see, he just comes in really harsh up the inside there. Just no need to rush up the inside and make it 4 abreast. And I think Massa could take the blame for that. Personally, I think he was way too eager to try and make the move. As you can see on board now from Felipe Nasr, we got him just going for the corner. All of a sudden, 2 cars go straight across his front nose, and everyone gets taken out. So as you see from here from the chase cam, I'm just taking a straight line, and then Massa out of nowhere just seems to wreck us all. So I think Massa, maybe I'm a bit to blame, as I might have turned into it slightly, but I think Massa's generally just going into that way too aggressively. But nevertheless, here we are at the end of lap 1 onto lap 2, and we're coming in for our pit stop here. We're going to get a complete new front wing, fresh tyres. We're going to go onto the prime, try and go nice and long in this stint, and the Ferrari crew getting to work there on the front wing, because obviously we've got severe damage on that, and really slow pit stop. But we're going to rejoin last place. Nothing major is going to happen here. We were actually pretty close to getting lapped, because the Mercedes are nearby. I know that for a fact when I was recording at the time, but we've rejoined 20th place, and as you can see now in a second, we skip all the way onto lap number 9, and we're finally going to overtake somebody. And we're going to start off with Roberto Merri, who's the first victim, because we've got a bit of a comeback drive on our hands here. We need to really try and pick up the pace as we get a lovely little undercut slash switchback through the final corner, and we're going to pass him nice and easily there with DRS up at the 90th place. And exactly 1 lap later, on the end of lap number 10, we're going to do the exact same thing on Will Stevens. As you see, coming through the penultimate corner now, we're going to get right in his gearbox, but unlike Merri, we're actually going to dive it up the inside of the final corner, but overtaking him in the same place as his teammate, and we're also going to get DRS for good measure. So 2 very clean and quick overtakes there as my phone goes off once again. And here we are then skipping later on lap number 11. As you can see, we've got cars in the pits, a lot of cars in the pits actually, and that is going to promote us all the way up into P9 for the time being. And exactly 1 lap later, we've got more cars in the pits, and I think we've got like 3 or 4 cars in the pits, which is going to promote us up into 6th place. So hopefully if our pace is good on this tyre, we can stand it for a couple more laps and then pit in later on, as you can see at the end of lap 14. Exactly 1 lap after we pit in, and we're going to pit in for another set of prime tyres, and then try to take these about 15 laps and then go options at the end. Maybe not even 15 laps, take them about 10, 11 laps or so. Try not to wear out tyres, or in this case, unlike the previous stint, we can wear out tyres, sorry. We're going to push really hard this stint. We're going to really like get the most out of these tyres, unlike the previous stint where we were just trying to tyre save a bit. But in this stint, we're going to really squeeze out the life of these tyres, and we're going to see how long we can take them. I probably could have maybe gone into a set of options like now and then pit again for another set of options, but I wasn't sure about the tyre, because the tyre for some reason in this car was quite high around here all weekend. And here we are on at the end of lap number 16, and we're going to go up the inside of Verstappen, looking up, almost hitting the back of Jensen Button there into turn 1, and we actually get a massive tank slapper on the exit, which is going to allow Verstappen to get right back past us once again. We're going to quickly cross over to the inside, and we're going to bang wheels with Verstappen, but we're going to get the move done, and we're up at the P16, and so far so good. The pace on this tyre is actually ridiculous. Like, we were so fast on this prime time, as you'll see in a second now. We're going to try to take Jensen Button as we go through the blind left-hander, and we've got really close to the British driver, and as you see, we're going to get a lovely little cutback line through this right-hander, and we're going to make the move up the inside of the chicane here. We're going to try and brake later than him. We're going to go side by side into the chicane. We're going to try and squeeze him onto the apex, and we make the move up to 15th place, and it's a very good overtake there from us on Jensen Button. And now we're going to see if we can try and overtake Marcus Ericsson, who's ahead of us, and he's had a pretty good race so far, so we're going to try and overtake him without making it too hard for us. As we go up the inside here, we're going to get a brilliant run on him into the third from last corner, and we're going to go up the inside nice and easy there, and we definitely come off the cutback quite nicely, and that allows us to go up into 14th place. And now we're going to overtake from us there, and exactly 1 lap later, we're now on the back of Kvyat, and we're going to make the exact same move up the inside of the third from last corner. There's a car off there on the left hand side. I think that's Grosjean or somebody. I think it's Grosjean, but we had a Lotus off there on the left hand side for some reason, and there must have been some kind of incident. But skipping later on lap 19, as you can see, we're going to get a brilliant run on Nico Hulkenberg. We actually run off the track there, and that is actually an illegal overtake. The game did not say it, because we did actually pass him outside of the track. So we're going to let Hulkenberg back through, and we're going to try and overtake him elsewhere, but lap 19 and we're in P12, so not too bad so far, and we might be able to get some decent points out of this as we now go up the inside of Nico Hülkenberg at the chicane. We break nice and late, and this time we do manage to get the move done nice and early and nice and quickly here. And skipping later on to the end of lap number 19, as you can see, we're on the back of Sainz and Maldonado. We're going to get DRS, and we're going to get a brilliant run on Sainz. Up his inside, down the straight, and we're also getting on Maldonado, who's defenseless without DRS, and I'm going to squeeze Sainz in this little box, so to speak, between me and Maldonado. I'm also going to overtake Maldonado in the process to make a brilliant double overtake there. I'm wrapping to P9, so good overtaking from us this Grand Prix. And now we're on the back of Fernando Alonso on the end of lap number 20, going to lap 21. With the DRS wide open, this is going to be an easy overtake because that McLaren is obviously really slow in a straight line. Alonso actually doing really well there to get up into 8th place, and doing really well this race, but we're going to make the move and up into P8. And now on that 21, we're on the back of Nasser. We get a massive slap of oversteer there, but we are still going to go for the move up the inside of Nasser at the chicane. That is a lovely overtake there with that massive tank slapper in between. And we're up into P7 now, make that P6 because we've got Massa in the pits on lap 23, and exactly exactly 3 laps later we're going to come into the pits ourselves, and we're going to see if we can try and make the overcut on Massa work and try and come out ahead of him. And we're going to need a good pit stop here from Ferrari. Hopefully, fingers crossed, all goes well. And yes, it does. Everything goes well. We're going to wait for Massa now as I'm once again losing my voice, and we're going to see where we're joining on track. So we actually had a really good pit stop here. Massa's nowhere to be seen, so we could have made the undercut work again. Looks like we have. Indeed we have. We made the overcut work, and we're up at the P6 now, and we're now on the option tyres until the end with plenty of rich mix to left, and we're just going to start pumping in the lap times. As you can see, we set a purple lap there, a 1:23 flat, a really fast lap time that is. And we're going to try and catch Bottas, even though it's 25 seconds up the road. We're not going to give up. And as you can see, we've got green flags, so there must have been some kind of incident. Look at that mini map. There's 2 cars going really slow there, 3 cars actually, and we've got yellow flags, and that's Bottas and Ricciardo and Nasser. So we've got P5 and P4 are going really slow. There's been some kind of tangle with Nasser supposedly, and Ricciardo's going slow. He doesn't seem to have a puncture because he hit the back of him at the chicane. He for some reason just broke really hard there, and we hit the back of him, but we do manage to get past Ricciardo, I think. We don't overtake him because of the yellow flag, but we do get past him eventually, and finally we get up into P4, but a really confusing incident there. We're going to look at a replay here. As you can see, Nasser's coming through the final corner, and he gets a left rear puncture out of nowhere, and he just misses the pit lane entrance, so he's got to do a whole lap on the flat tyre. And as you can see, Ricciardo and Bottas are fighting for position, and Nasser goes to the outside, takes out Ricciardo, and then Bottas gets collected and gets a puncture. So absolute chaos here, and as we skip onto the final lap of the race, we're going to come home for a brilliant 4th place after that massive incident on the first lap. And just like Silverstone, a brilliant comeback drive from us, and a damage limitation starting from the back, and overall really good result with some good points once again around a track that you supposedly could not overtake. And 4th place is some good points, and I'm sure even though Raikkonen doesn't see me, he will be happy with that, and we're going to take them points. Thank you very much.
So a great drive today from Nico Rosberg, and I'm sure the Mercedes garage will be celebrating that win long into the night.
What a weekend it's been, and one that's been thoroughly enjoyable.
That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
So there we have it, official confirmation. As you can see, Rosberg wins the race, and he needed that win to get himself back into the title fight. Teammate Raikkonen finishes in 2nd, and Lewis Hamilton in 3rd, and then Prix ran up the podium. We get a brilliant 4th place there, and Massa actually ended up finishing 5th. And disappointing there for Bottas and Ricciardo at their respective incidents, but we do get a nice 12 points, which should be damage limitation for the championship, as you'll see in a second. But overall, a very good race for us. And as you can see in the championship, we're now 4 points behind Hamilton, but there's 7 points covering the top 3, so the gap has barely changed compared to Silverstone. However, Rosberg has gained 10 points on his teammate in this race, so Rosberg's definitely starting to gain us once again, and we've got to watch out for it. And it could be a 4-way title scrap for the second half of the season, so it should be a very interesting one to watch out for, and I'm definitely looking forward to the second half of the season now. As you can see in the constructors here, Mercedes are now 22 points behind the Ferrari, so they've gained 10 points on us this race, which isn't good, but once again, I guess for you guys it's exciting because it heats up the championship a bit, and Mercedes is definitely looking a lot more menacing recently, and Ferrari, especially me, we seem to be having more hiccups, which isn't good for the championship. But nevertheless, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please do smash the like button, as it does mean a lot to me, and it helps improve my channel. And if you're new around here, then please do subscribe to my channel for a daily F1, and I'll see you guys next time. And also follow me on Twitter if you want to know any more updates. But yeah, guys, that's about it from me, so goodbye.